City.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
Let's get into this year's top three rookie quarterbacks: Joe Burrow, Tua, and also Justin Herbert. Looking at what these guys have done so far throughout the season, if y'all were to pick one quarterback between these three to carry your team over the next 10 years, who would it be? Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna see if y'all pick the wrong answer. I'm gonna wait on this one.
I'll go first, boy. I'm going to take my boy Ben DiNucci, the Cowboys rookie quarterback, baby. Let's go.
Whoa.
Wow. Bad quarterback. Literally
that
the
is
bad
crazy.
quarterback.
Nah,
Literally the bad quarterback.
I'm going to take I'm going to be biased on this answer. I'm going to take Tua for the fact that I want the brother coach, my boy Brian Flores down in Miami. I want him to keep his job and do good. And for him to keep his job, I need my boy Tua to do his thing.
But this is not really about Brian Flores. It's about if it was your team and you had to pick one for the next 10 years, which one are you taking?
I'm picking Tua for my boy Brian Flores. Nah, Tua did good though. My boy Brian Flores, I'm picking Tua. I like what Tua did this past week against Arizona. He doing good. He had a great duel against Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray didn't shake his hand going after the game like he did my boy Sam Elliott 2 years ago against Texas. Kyler's a sore loser. If y'all didn't know that he's from Allen, Texas. He never lost. He's a sore
wrong
loser.
for that.
He's a sore loser.
You're wrong.
I feel like Tua has the worst out of the three quarterbacks. He has the worst weapons right now. So I don't think his numbers going to be as gaudy as Herbert's and Burrow. But as long as he keep winning games and keep evolving, I like Tua. I like Tua going back to college too. What he did at Alabama. I feel like Tua made his receivers. They didn't make him. He got Henry Ruggs and Judy drafted, even though they are talented wide receivers. I'm just a Tua fan. You see what his brother doing in Maryland? It's something that the Tagovailoa bloodline. They're good quarterbacks. So I'll take Tua.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna have to take Joe Burrow, man. I'm gonna have to take Joe Burrow only because I know he plays for the Bengals and they ain't the best. We get that. Feel sorry for him and AJ Green. But anyway, I take Joe Burrow because I like his decision making. Every time I see him play, man, he makes try to make the best decision possible. And that's important for a quarterback, man. Especially if I'm a coach, that's important to me. I want to know what you can do under pressure. Can you make a play or do you got to stick to script? And he's not the type of quarterback that stick to the script. And what I mean by that, Drew Brees is the Tom Brady. Those are players that can stick to the script because they can't scramble. Joe Burrow can move a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I like him because of his decision making mainly, man. With this, and he's young with this, not so good team right now. He's the savior. And we just gonna see what he can keep doing. But it's Joe Burrow, no question for me.
And the crazy thing about it, Joe Burrow is actually older than Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson been in the league 3 years, and Joe Burrow's in the league 1.
That is crazy.
All right, so both of y'all, of course, as I figured, picked the wrong answer, which is fine. I have been championing this since my debut on Spot On Sports, and I'm going to continue to double, triple, quadruple down on who I feel like is the next great quarterback in the NFL, and that is Justin Herbert. You mentioned scrambling. If you need scrambling, Justin Herbert has a 50-plus rushing yard game. If you want to mention passing, Justin Herbert has at least 250 yards in over 6 games this season. If you want to mention stats, 17-5 as a rookie. He is literally the second in passing yards as a rookie. Right now, to be honest, the Chargers should be 5-2. Let's not cap. That defense has failed them multiple times. And even the last game, Justin Herbert threw the most beautiful, rainbow in his prettiest, most loveliest looking pass. And he put it in his hands, and he decided to let it hit the ground because it was such a good pass. He wanted the ground to catch it as well as he caught it. So they lost again. That isn't his fault. He is playing like he's been in the league for 5 years. It is actually kind of scary how amazing he was when you look at the way that he was playing, especially that first game in college. I didn't even think that he was going to be a starting quarterback, let alone the first round pick. But I felt like he should have got picked over Joe Burrow. I personally felt like that. I still feel like that. And I bet you if you ask a few people on the Cincinnati organization, them looking at the way that he's throwing them passes, they might be thinking the same thing. And I like Joe Burrow. I'm a huge fan of Joe Burrow because I'm an LSU fan. But Justin Herbert is an NFL-ready quarterback now. Joe Burrow is a very, very competent rookie quarterback. If you would have told me Justin Herbert was a 3-year quarterback, 4-year quarterback, you could not even show me a pass where it looks otherwise.
I think you slighted Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow should have won. They should have won week 1. AJ Green wouldn't push off and kick and miss the field goals. And then Joe Burrow, I feel like he would have beat Cleveland if his sorry defense wouldn't give that Baker Mayfield sorry, but go down the field in a minute. We want to talk about defenses being sorry. Cincinnati is probably the worst roster in the league, man. Justin Herbert got Keenan Allen, who's the top 10 wide receiver, dog.
You're right.
Justin Herbert almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints.
They're not saying that.
He did enough to win. He did enough to win both of those games. His defense lost.
He did. He lost. Right? Like my boy Tua 2-0.
Can we?
Your boy Herbert about to call my boy my black.
Tua won his first game with less than 100 passing yards,
and he won. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl.
The other team had a fumble recovery for a touchdown and a punt return touchdown in the same game.
But he didn't turn the ball over.
ATM can we all agree that can we not act like the Cincinnati Bengals are better than the Chargers, please? Because the stats don't always tell the story. You know what I'm saying? So Herbert might have all these good stats, but look what team he playing on. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to.
Gonna say. We all have to agree that
y'all mentioned Keenan Allen like he hasn't been hurt a few of these games this year. He did not play all of the Saints games, and he still threw for over 300 yards.
You got
Mike Williams, dog.
Hunter Henry, and Mike Williams. But I can say out of the 3, I want to say Justin Herbert has definitely been the most impressive as far as throwing the ball, gunslinging wise. But Joe Burrow does give me those feels that Russell Wilson does because he's been managing the games and he's been making like Xavier said, he's been making all the right decisions. Whenever it comes down to third down.
Are you sure? Because he has been taking a beating. He does not slide. Oh, you mean all decisions?
You said all line trash, dog. That was just line trash. Come on, man.
He don't slide. He don't slide.
Sacrifice.
He don't slide.
He's gonna learn. He's a rookie quarterback, so he's gonna have to learn.
Justin slides. Justin slides when he scrambles. Justin slides.
Man,
Joe Burrow has taken a ridiculous amount of punishment. They got a nasty amount of punishment. Y'all show he gonna make it 5-6 years with the way the Cincinnati offensive line is. I can't have him start my franchise like that.
How about y'all give me some comparisons? Like, y'all have any comparisons of who y'all can compare? Like, who y'all see Justin Herbert being like in 5-10 years? Same for Burrow, same for Tua.
Ooh.
All right, I'm going to go first because I already have 2 of them ready. I have Justin Herbert kind of projected out to be like an Andrew Luck. I have Joe Burrow, best case scenario. We're looking at like a Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers-esque type of runner thrower. That's the ceiling. I don't think he'll be able to reach it personally. But if we're looking at a ceiling, especially with what we saw in college, Aaron Rodgers-esque, Russell Wilson-esque. Tua Tagovailoa, I see more of, like I said, a little bit on the lesser end, more of a runner-wise Russell Wilson. But I don't really, it's going to be more on the running side than the passing side. I don't think he's going to be able to reach that apex of passing that Russell Wilson did.
I got Herbert. He reminds me of, I think his ceiling, a mobile Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers was great. A mobile Phillip Rivers. Joe Burrow. He's very accurate. To me, that's his best quality as a quarterback. His arm's not strong, and he's very accurate. And I think he's like a more mobile Drew Brees. That's his ceiling. Because Drew Brees is very accurate. When I watch both of them play, that's who I see. And in Tua, when I watch Tua play, I see a left-handed Donovan McNabb.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
I like Steve Young for Tua, actually. I like Steve Young for Tua as well.
That was too.
I like Steve Young for Tua as well.
That's their ceiling. If they
Ceiling,
get their
yeah.
ceiling.
That's the scenario.
Yeah. But the ceiling, Justin Herbert, I see him as a mobile, more mobile Tony Romo when he was balling.
Bit of a slight on Justin Herbert with that one.
Hey, bro. Hey.
Tony was a gunslinger too.
Man,
Yeah,
Tony Romo,
bro.
Tony Romo is what Dak is right now. Now Dak's what Romo.
Tony Romo isn't clutch at all.
All right, you know he had the most game when the touchdown drive in that spell.
You know why? Because he usually is the reason his team is losing, so he has to bring them back. I watch those Cowboys games. I watch.
All right. You're finished.
Oh, my bad.
Joe Burrow. I gotta agree with Trey on this one. Joe Burrow about Drew Brees. He's a more mobile Drew Brees, man. I definitely agree with that because when I see him, he do be accurate, man, very accurate. And Drew Brees is the best accurate quarterback in the game. So I agree with that comparison. And Tula, man, that's hard, man. I feel like I would go with Cunningham. I would go with Cunningham.
I like Cunningham.
I would go with Cunningham. Cunningham to me is probably a little faster. I'm not sure. I'll have to do my research on that. But I would go with him and Cunningham. That's my ceiling.
I do not like the slight on
Romo.
Justin Herbert. You guys.
Hey, bro, all right, bro. Y'all disrespect Romo. Romo do the same thing that Dak did right now. He do all these yards and had no defense, so he had to play hero ball. To this day, Tony Romo is still the only quarterback ever to score 48 points in an NFL game and lose the game.
Doesn't Tony Romo and Dak Prescott have the same amount of playoff wins?
Hey, man. That defense, dog. Hey, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I blame Jerry Jones. He failed Tony Romo with the teams he put around him, and he's failing Dak Prescott because he gave a
Speaking
fullback.
of teams failing, that is why I will refuse to pick Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert because there's no way I have faith that Cincinnati will take care of him. I don't. So Justin Herbert is in a good spot. They got the brother coach, so I'm hoping that they succeed. You see what I'm saying? And I bet you now I'm going to say this, and it is a very mean joke. Do y'all think it was a good idea for the Chargers to purposely puncture Tyrod Taylor's lung? Because I know it was on purpose. Do y'all think they made the right decision purposely injuring Tyrod Taylor? For Justin Herbert to be able to play.
Decision.
It's
working out in their favor.
It's working out, but I feel like that's why they haven't won any games. Like Justin Herbert's going to show that it was the right decision, but the Tyrod Taylor curse, this year they're not winning anything because of what they did to Tyrod Taylor. That's my personal opinion.
Came about.
And I got Justin Herbert winning Rookie of the Year by a landslide because the numbers are just going to look too ridiculous. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback, though. He's going to get hurt, especially if Cincinnati doesn't do something in the offensive line. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. I don't like it. He doesn't slide. He be getting sacked. Y'all watch these games? It's scary. I don't like it.
And the tailback, sorry to cut you off, the tailback to you and about that. Yeah, I definitely agree, man. I don't want him to get hurt because I don't want him to end up like RG3 did.
Yeah.
Right. No, RG3 problem was he wanted to be a pocket quarterback when he's not a pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
RG3
he could have been great.
RG3 ain't slide.
Cam didn't either. Cam didn't start off as slide either, though.
7 feet tall, 900 pounds. He don't got to slide. RG3 is the same size as Michael Vick. He needs to slide. Cam,
He will learn, though.
Joe Burrow.
Cam
Joe Burrow,
was-
he gonna get it.
Yeah, he gonna get
Cam
it,
Newton
man.
and J.J. Watt had very similar dimensions. Do you think J.J. Watt need to slide? I don't think Cam needs
Nah,
to slide. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for being here with me today, man. We had a great segment. Everybody, we thank y'all for tuning in and watching. This is Spot On Sports. We're the new wave of sports, but we're not just acting for spot on. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Y'all subscribe, like. And this is another episode of My Point Exactly. And y'all know where we be at next week.
We thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Be sure to check out more shows here on this YouTube page, such as SOS Discussions or My Point Exactly. And most of all,
Keep watching Spot On Sports!
the new wave of sports that's sweeping the nation. We're not just accurate, spot on.